Okay, so the very first thing is to do the aim, procedure, and that should include a few things, and the risk assessment. So the aim really can just be the title. Remember, the purpose of this experiment is to find a value for G. Using an interrupted pendulum. That's all it needs to say. Right, procedure does need to include a diagram. Remember to label the diagram. You can steal the diagram from the instructions if you want. Just make your own little copy of it. Mostly make sure that you include X and L on it, because it'll make it easier to explain what those things are when you mention them in the procedure if they're already shown in a diagram. You're obviously going to measure, most importantly, yes, L as a constant, but you're going to measure X because that's your variable. So you've got to identify your variables, and your independent variable, the one you choose, is X. The dependent variable is the time for the oscillations. But remember, you're going to measure 10t. So L is a constant. X is your independent variable. And really 10t, 10 oscillations, is your dependent variable. So make sure that you mention those. You should also go into a little bit about reducing the uncertainty in any of these values. So what might you do to make sure that the numbers you write down are as accurate or even as precise as they can be? You might want to add that in after you've done the experiment or looked at the videos to get a feel for what the sources of uncertainty be that you'd need to correct. It does also need to be in third person passive voice, past tense. So this is the length of X was measured, for example. Not I measured, not I will measure, not you will or you should, but X was measured. You also need to use the risk assessment. I've put the link in there for ease as well, so click on that, download that, fill it in, and it's fine to say that there are no further risks. This is not a particularly dangerous experiment. So beyond just safety in a lab, which you do not put in a risk assessment, because it's already been risk assessed elsewhere, it's fine just to write on the risk assessment, fill the details in, and then put there are no further risks associated with this. That counts as a risk assessment. That will get you some marks, and this is all a nice big tick.